Hello everyone and welcome to 7 tips to win a bidding war on a house of your dreams. With very hot real estate market, many buyers will try to bid on the same property. It would be great if they all could win, but unfortunately that's not possible. I will give you 7 tips to increase your odds of winning a bid on a house you like. Tip number 1 is have your pre-approval letter in hand. Well, get pre-approved for a mortgage before start shopping for a home. If you have heard about pre-qualification process, please note that pre-qualification is an estimate of the loan amount based on a verbal confirmation of your income and other details. A pre-approval letter, on the other hand, offers a precise mortgage amount based on your T4s, bank statements, credit score, and much more official documents. A pre-approval letter tells the sellers that you're serious about buying their home. It also tells the sellers that you won't run into troubles getting a mortgage to buy the property. It is always possible that if you don't have pre-approval, a seller could skip over your offer entirely. Tip number 2 is up your offer. We all know the money talks. Your best bet if you're set on winning a bidding war on a house, you guessed it, offering more money than other person. Depending on a home's price, location, and how high demand is, upping your offer doesn't really mean that you have to put tens of thousands of dollars more. Sometimes even going just a few thousands of dollars can make a difference between getting a property and losing out. One important thing to keep in mind when you're upping your offer, however, just because you are ready to pay more for the house doesn't mean the bank is. When it comes to your mortgage, you're still only going to be able to get a loan for up to what the house appraises for. So if your higher offer gets accepted, that extra money might need to come out from your pocket. Next tip I would like to give you is add an escalation clause. Well, there are many pros and cons of adding an escalation clause, so let's start with the benefits. Let's say you want to make a higher offer on a home, but you're afraid you will end up overpaying. An escalation clause can help you put in a higher offer only if you face competition on a home's price. And here is how it works. Imagine that you want to make an offer on a house for $300,000. You believe that you will face a competition, but you're not 100% sure what the other offers are going to be. And to be honest, most of the time you just don't know what the other offers are. Your real estate agent can write an escalation clause into your offer that says that you will pay a certain dollar amount above any other offers up your budget limit. So in this example, you might offer to outbid any competing offers by $5,000 up to $320,000. This way, you can still outbid other buyers with your absolute best and last offer without offering too much money up front. Well, the downsides are that many sellers are not very familiar with them. Also, there might be several offers with an escalation clause written in. Please note that the whole selling process is also very stressful for sellers, and they can get overwhelmed with number of offers and all of the factors to consider. And many times they will totally ignore the offers with escalation clause and just accept a simple and clean offer. My next tip for you is to get a little bit personal. While money is pretty much always going to be the final deciding factor in a real estate decision, it never hurts to humanize your offer with a personal appeal. If you love the property, let the sellers know in a letter. Be open and honest regarding why you feel so strong about their home and why you think you're the right buyer for it. And don't be afraid to get a little emotional. This tactic is not going to work on all sellers and most certainly not on investors. But on a seller who themselves feel a strong connection to the property, it might make a positive impact. Winning a bidding war on a house takes a bit of a strategy and a bit of luck. Your realtor will be able to guide you through each step of the process so that you know you're making the right decisions at the right times. Be confident, be calm, and trust if it is meant to happen, it will. Another tip is waive your contingencies, also known as conditions. Well, conditions are certain things that must be met in order to close a deal on a property. If they're not met, the buyer is allowed to walk out without losing any money. By waiving your conditions, for example, your financing condition, which is an agreement that the buyer will only buy the property if they get large enough loan from the bank, or your home inspection condition, which is an agreement that the buyer will only buy the property if there are not any deal-breaking issues found during the home inspection. You showed how badly you really want to move forward with the deal. It is still possible to back out after waiving the contingencies, but you will lose your money and potentially get into some legal troubles. There is a risk in waiving conditions though, as you can imagine. Your conditions will give you wiggle room you need as a buyer to renegotiate terms and a price if ever needed. So, if you waive your inspection condition and you find out during the inspection that your house has a serious foundation issues, you're either going to have to sacrifice your money or pay for the expensive repairs. However, waiving one or more conditions in a bidding war could be the extra push you need to get a house. You just need to make sure the risk is worth it. Another tip I would like to give you is to increase the amount you're willing to put down and increase your deposit. If you're up against another buyer or buyers, it can be incredibly helpful to increase your down payment commitment or initial deposit. A higher down payment means less money will be required from the bank, which is ideal if a bidding war is pushing the price above and beyond what it might get appraised for. Also, if you are offering more than 20% down payment, at least this is valid here in Canada where I'm from, you will avoid mortgage insurers. And of course, one less party in a way of getting your mortgage approved, less things can go wrong. In addition to verbal promise to increase your down payment, back up your claims with a financial proof. So having that pre-approval letter can come very handy in this situation. Increasing your initial deposit amount will make sellers feel more comfortable that you won't walk away from the deal down the road. Alright, and the very last tip for today is the possession date, also known as a closing date. One of the important considerations is a possession date. Some sellers would need a quick possession on a vacant home, for example, but also some other ones will need a longer time to move out. No matter what the scenario is, offer the closing date that works best for the sellers will increase your odds of winning the bid. To summarize, the best way to win bidding wars is to put your best foot forward and make your offer stand out among all of the others. Click on the card above to watch my step-by-step guide on how to deal with a bidding war as a buyer. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.